Well, welcome back to BUKIT JALIL, right in the heart of Kuala Lumpur for the grand finale of the 2017 FIM Asia Supermoto Championships. Here in the car park of the stadium, the National Sporting Stadium and the National Sporting Complex. Thanks for joining us on live streaming on the FIM Asia Supermoto YouTube page and also the FIM Asia Supermoto Facebook page, as we get a great view of the National Stadium there, which was used as part of the Commonwealth Games many years ago. Now it's being used for all the action and drama of the final round here at Car Park B Stadium, BUKIT JALIL. And if you weren't awake, you certainly are now, as we got the horn going for practice 2, the 30-minute session. It'll sort them out and see if any of the lads can improve their times from this morning, which was held about, finished about an hour ago, if you didn't happen to be on this just then. But now I've got this very fast right-hander. Now they've come back down the straight into this 800-metre track, which is doing around 48 to 56 second laps. Bit of toing and froing then is our visiting rider, Simon Wilhelmsen. He muscles his way past Trakan Tantong to get some open track in front of him. He was second fastest this morning, was Simon, on the Team Race Tech Husqvarna, the 450. As you can hear them go past our bandit Team Race Tech Husqvarna. Then on the TM was Trakan Tantong, who sits second in the championship. He was third fastest on the K45 Maxima Supermoto racing machine with a 49.353. Fourth fastest on the 23 motor racing team KTM was Kairi Zakaria with a time of 49.476. Then leading away for the 3 Japanese riders on the KYT Auto Race Global Riders team was Naoto Takayama, followed by the defending champion, Muhammad Ali Habibullah, or Gabit, was in 6th position. His time of 49.926. The top 6 riders separated by 1.5 seconds. As on screen at the moment, we see Trakan Tantong, the 2015 champion, trying to find a way through to go and try and get a bit of a lap. He had to use tyre on this morning, he was telling me after that first session. Going to put a new tyre on. He's quite confident that he can get down to the 48s. He had a big smile on his face. What's different for Trakan, he's always got a smile on his face as he follows the defending champion. As they come past the start finish straight to complete yet another lap. Naoto Takayama did more laps than anybody this morning, 23. He was out there for 24 minutes of that 30-minute session. That was a pretty superhuman effort in these very humid, hot conditions that you should expect in the wet season here on the Malaysian Peninsula. Just about 20 minutes south on the drive from the very, very centre of Kuala Lumpur, situated slap bang in the middle of the car park B of the stadium BUKIT JALIL. And if you look from one side, you see the big stadium. From the other side, you see high-rise apartments and the freeway that takes you south. So at the moment, they're still not getting it. At the moment, Wilhelmsen leading the way, but 49.0, a flat 49 at the moment. So not getting close to his time. Well, from his time from yesterday, he did a 48.73. Pardon me, so he's a bit off that at the moment. They had a bit of a, change of tyre this morning as well, and some brake issues, but all pretty happy with that. And it's always the same, it's what they tell you and what really happens is 2 different things normally. In the experience I've had with riders, they tried a 16.5 inch front wheel this morning as well. Probably getting a bit used to that. Just a lot more sharper in direction, puts a bit more weight on the front wheel. They come through this little wood jump. That's towards the end of the lap. So it was still Trakan was second. And Kyrie Zakaria in third. Oh, there's a big one down there, the Taiwan. That was a Japanese rider just trying to pick the number up on that. That's bike number 31. That was Takayama Mayodo. He's okay. He bounces well. One of the leading riders in the Japan Supermoto Championship. Finished second, I do believe, this year with 6 wins out of the 16 heats. But that is a very fast corner to bounce into and lose the front end. And looking at Gabit on screen at the moment, Muhammad Habibullah, his formal name, but you mention the name Gabit to anybody here and they know exactly who you're talking about. The local hero. Good in motocross, supercross and supermoto. And he would be good anywhere in the world. He'd hold his own in Supermoto championships. The Asian riders have really come along in the last couple of years, as we've seen in the Grand Prix ranks in the road racing, and as well as in motocross and Supermoto particularly. And that's not coming from me, that's coming from the likes of Lewis Cornish and Simon Wilhelmsen, who both said that the top trio of riders would not be out of place anywhere in any international competition, which is a great sign and encouraging for many people here in Asia, as this FIM Asia Supermoto Championship goes from strength to strength. It's been going for a number of years, but the third year that's really had championship status, where we've had the Asian and the international riders really competing in it, is out on track at the moment. We're looking to see Lewis Cornish, looking at the guys that aren't out there. The Cornish is out there now. He's just gone out and 49.203 in his first flying lap. So he's on song at the moment. He's just having a bit of a cruise round at the moment, is Lou. He's had a pretty relaxing week here, as we've all had, enjoying the hospitality of the promoters. If you didn't join us in the early session, we went out for a big dinner on the Wednesday night, and then on Thursday we took part in a guided tour of Kuala Lumpur and its surrounds, from the famous Batu Caves to the Selang Pewter factory, where we had a look at how the pewter is put together, and also the King's Palace, the National Monument, and what would be a trip to Kuala Lumpur without a trip up to KL Tower to have a look from not the highest point, well, the highest point of KL, but not the highest building. That claim rests to the Petronas Towers, but they're about 50 metres lower due to the topography of the ground where the KL Tower is situated in Butik Anas, the hill of pineapples, if you do the translation. We had a great time out there, but now it is all seriousness. We had 3 practice sessions yesterday with the Danish rider. The fastest on track was Wilhelmsen, but at the moment he's still there, 49.886. First one to dip into the 48-second bracket this session. He's heading back into the pits to have a look at, talk to his team, led by Dato Eric Liu, the CEO of the Asian Supersports Group. Cornish still in second, but now dropping about 3 tenths behind. And that'll stay the same until now that, well, Wilhelmsen's gone back in the pits. What can Cornish do? He did a 48.483, so he's some 8 tenths of a second off his time from this morning. So I don't think he'll be panicking that much. Probably just trying to get his breathing together and work out how he's going to last 20 minutes in this, well, extreme humidity. There's not a lot of training you can do except bike time when it comes to that. And just going back through the leaderboard on screen at the moment, we've got Habibullah there, his best time of 49.845. Oh, who's running a bit wide then? He's gone a bit hot as our Malaysian boy are right over the tyre barriers. So getting a bit excited there he was, which is easy to do. So Happy Buller 49.845. He's slightly quicker than he was this morning. As Happy Buller, as on screen we have a look at bike number 2, that is Makoto Arai. He puts it on the back wheel for a bit of showboating. First appearance in the 2017 championship for Arai. He did compete in the round of Australia last year, but he has commitments in Japan for a lot of the year as well. And speaking of commitments, one of our riders from last week who came third in the race, Supermoto, he is not here this weekend because of commitments with the Auto Race Global Series in Japan, where they actually, it's the gambling races that you might have seen, where they race around bitumen oval tracks. But Corny's still out there on track at the moment. Probably picked the wrong colour of leathers at the moment too, absorbing more of the heat than it's reflecting in the black leathers. A 49.203, so he's out to try and get into a 48.986 he goes. He go 48.5, so he's up to the front top of the timesheets at the moment. Almost eclipsing his time from this morning. So again he goes fastest. A 49.509. So he's only a few thousandths of a second slower than what he did this morning. So we go through the leaderboard. It's Cornish from England. Will Helmsman from, oh no, Kari Zakaria has just gone up to second position, a 48.729. Yeah, Zakaria into second position, relegating Wilhelmsen back to third. So 3 riders now into the 48s. It's now we're down into getting to half distance, 17 minutes left of this session. Then from Wilhelmsen, it's Tan Tong Takashi there in 5th. Then Habit in 6th position. Makoto Arai on the KYT Auto Race Machine there in 6th. And then Zakaria just lowers his time again by a few hundredths of a second, so he's getting closer to Lewis, but still exactly 0.2 of a second in it now. So this is shaping up as a monumental battle. Whereas Trakant Tantong second in the championship, he sits 4th at the moment, 49.281. That's about 0.2 of a second faster than his time from this morning. So they're starting to get the groove in this 800 metre Supermoto track here at the grand finale of the championship at Stadium BUKIT JALIL. He might be heading back to the pits by the look of it. And there's a few riders that haven't been out. Lee Wei, who's feeling the effects of a bit of flu. Well, it wouldn't be the flu, it's just air. I know he's just gone out and has Lee Wei on his first lap. Sun Tong from Hong Kong is still out there. And then Sengwei Kao, pardon me, he's still in the pits. And then Lin Chin Pei is still in the pits as well. Probably saving themselves for the afternoon. These guys are a bit of the elder statesmen of the championship. When you're battling against these fit 23 and 24-year-olds. So half distance. 15 minutes left. So halfway through this second official practice session. We've got that to go out. We finish this at approximately 12:45, and then they're back out on track at about 25 minutes to 3, 14:35 local time for their 30-minute qualifying session before they come out for the top 6 qualifiers in the Supermoto at 10 minutes to 5. That'll wrap up today's proceedings. And Makoto Arai there, starting to get a bit of form there on his KYT auto race machine. So Cornish again. Leading the way as he did in Singapore and the way he's doing it here in Kuala Lumpur. So you'd think that Cornish should head back to the pits and just relax and take as much chance of recuperating, because he's still got another 40 minutes of on-track activities to go through this afternoon. And yesterday afternoon it got decisively hotter as the afternoon set slowly in the west. And you want to be saving your energy, getting those isotonic drinks into you, a lot of water, as much fruit as possible. Also maybe some bit of rice to fill you up with a bit of carbo as well. So at the moment, 13 minutes to go. It's still Cornish leading away from Zakaria. Well, he'd have to be the Malaysian favourite at the moment. Then it's Wilhelmsen in 3rd position. Tan Tong in 4th. Then on bike number 101, Takashi Sasaki just holding out Habibullah. And then it is Makoto Arai in 7th position. Then on bike number 300, it's Naoto Takayama. Bit slower than this morning, a 49.961. He's not as fast as he did by about 1/10 of a second slower. Then it's Artem Teslenko there in 9th, the Russian. Then Hazem Azroy from Singapore, 51.454. Hazem did a 51.5, just a 3/10 quicker. And being 800 metres and pretty fast, takes a lot of commitment to try and take some time off you. But Lewis Cornish has proved me wrong. He's just come out of the gate to have another crack at it. He might be looking at it, trying to lower it, get down to a 48.1 or 2. Quite possibly crack a 47 and really let his rivals know that he means business. He's not here to look after the championship. He's here to win the championship with 2 race wins by the look of it. Coming off the dirt section here, he comes back into the tight infield. So coming down to the last 10 minutes, you can see on your screens there, whether you're looking at the FIM Asia Supermoto YouTube channel or the Facebook channel. Live streaming brought to you all the way from Stadium BUKIT JALIL, about 20 minutes south of Kuala Lumpur City Central. So it looks like he slowed it right down there. He might have just gone out to check something out on the machine. So at the moment, a 48.509, as you can see on your screen, 2/10 quicker than Zakaria. And you can hear through the pickup speakers that tyre's been tortured under the heated bitumen here. And then it's Wilhelmsen still in 3rd position. Only 3 of them into the sub-49 second bracket at the moment. Trecorn in 4th position. Trecarn, pardon me, a 49.282. And there's another 5 riders in the 49 second bracket. They are Trecarn, Gabit, Makoto, and Naoto. And then just out of there's a big 0.8 of a second to Teslenko. He likes the bitumen, but he's not too happy on the motocross part of the circuit. So I reckon we had 5 minutes. They all came in to get some water before. They might be all coming in with 10 minutes to spare. I think it might be getting a bit warm, and there's not much breeze out there to get through the leathers. And they're bike number 102 on screen at the moment. That is the likeable BUKIT. He's got a very, sore left ankle. He's actually got a plate in it that's due to come out next year. And where's our Indonesian rider? One of them anyway. Pedro Wuna down there in 11th position. The ex, he used to be an extreme motocrosser, doing the stunt riding. And pretty good at it from some of the photos and video he showed me in the last couple of days. Got a lot of friends in the Nitro Circus. And that is still on bike number 102. Our man from Hong Kong, BUKIT. BUKIT, pardon me. I'll get these names right one of these days. BUKIT has got his wife here with him, and we went out to dinner into Jalan Alor. And if you're ever in KL, you've got to head there for some of the best pardon me, Asian food you can think of. 8 minutes left, not a bike out on track at the moment. Is that the way it's going to stay, or is someone going to come out and try and have a quick blast? You'd like to think that they'll stay there and get their fluids up again, because as we've said, we're in the tropics. It's a wet season. It is very, very humid. They've got a 30-minute qualifying session this afternoon, and they've got a 10-minute, the top 6 have got a 10-minute Super Chrono session. So they're on your screens on the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel for the FIM Asia Supermoto Championship, round number 5. Cornish leads Zakaria. Wilhelmsen in 3rd. Tan Tong in 4th. Sasaki in 5th. Habibullah in 6th. Arai in 7th. Takayama in 8th. Teslenko in 9th. And Hazroy Osman from Singapore in 10th position. Pedro Wuna is in 11th. Li Wei in 12th. BUKIT in 13th. Sun Tong in 14th. And Lin Chin Pei in 15th position. Sun Tong and Lin Chin Pei not putting in any times at the moment, but I reckon they're just holding their own and coming out to put in a qualifying time, and that'll be them for the day, because as I said, the heat is pretty oppressive out there. It's pretty oppressive just sitting around in shorts and a t-shirt without having to wear all the leathers, boots, helmets, gloves and all the rest of it, plus your back protector underneath it. It would be stifling out there. After a few laps, the boys are telling me that you're really gasping for breath. So 7 minutes left of this session, and I can safely say that I don't think we're going to see anybody out there. And just for those that might be wondering, we'll go through the point score with 2 races left of this 2017 FIM Asia Supermoto Championship here at Stadium BUKIT. Jalil and Lewis Cornish, as he's done all year, leads on 170 points from Trakan Tan Tong in 2nd from Thailand on 151. Then it's a local Malaysian rider, Kari Zakaria, in 3rd on 138 points. So he's really got it. Well, his only real chance of getting this championship to stay in Malaysia is for some misfortune and mechanical issues that happened to Tan Tong and Lewis Cornish, because, they're, pardon me, Lewis Cornish is 32 points in front of Kari Zakaria in 3rd position and 19 points in front of Trakan Tan Tong in 2nd position. Back there in 4th position, who is a non-starter this weekend, is Takayama from Japan on 94 points. So he is 76 points off the championship lead, and also he is 44 points off 3rd position. The man that can make a move up the leaderboard is Muhammad Habibullah, or Gabit, sitting in 5th position at the moment. He is only 1 point behind Takayama on 93 points. So he'll leapfrog into 4th position. whether he can be with the 45 points behind. It's a big ask for him to move into the top 3 behind his fellow countryman Kari Zakaria. Then in 6th position we got Sasaki on 88 points, and Hazroy Osman on 71 sits in 7th position. Pedro Wuna sits in 8th position in 69 points, and Lin Chin Pei is in 9th position on 60, and Asim Tenslenko is in 9th position, a couple of points adrift from that. So as we have a good look, and we've got the drone out there being sensationally directed as we do a quick lap, and you get a great aerial shot to see what this track is laid out like. There's the last 3 corners that we're having a look at as we flick by into looking at the VIP section. There's coming back up the start finish line. The bikes actually are coming towards us from that camera angle as we head towards the last turn. Very fast last turn that they come out of there. And as we do a swing round up to turn 1, and then the back straight that takes them past the pits, and there's the tight infield section. There'll be a lot of drama there, I reckon, during the 2 races as they try to sort themselves out. But we must thank our major sponsors for the FIM Asia Supermoto Championship for 2017, led by Malaysia Major Events, and then it is E Plus Global, TradeMySuperbike.com.my, Bike Nation, and obviously the FIM, and also the Asia Supersport Group. So just repeating, Lewis Cornish leads the way. 2 sessions this morning, both at the top of the leaderboard now, the 48.509, 0.2 of a second in front of Kari Zakaria. That's right. And just repeating the top 5, Wilhelmsen from Denmark in 3rd position, 48.986, followed by 2nd place in the championship, Trakan Tan Tong in 4th position. And there's just shows you the United Nations of Supermoto riders here at the 5th round of the FIM Asia Supermoto Championship. And with that, we might bid you adieu, but be back for the qualifying session, which is due to start here in Malaysia at 14:35 hours. Just after 2:30 local time, tune back in to the FIM Asia Supersport channel on YouTube or the live streaming on the Facebook page. I'm Mark Brax. We'll be back in about 2 hours, just under 2 hours time, 1 hour and 50 minutes to be precise, to get the qualifying for the final round of the FIM Asia Supermoto Championship here at Stadium Bukit Jalil in Kuala Lumpur.